welcome to another episode of Homorazzi. Today is a special episode because it is one of ours birthdays. And whose is it?
Tommy is 184 years old today.
Happy 184th.
Thank you. I look great. I'm 29. And yeah, today's my birthday.
I continually forget you're younger than I am.
I'm a baby. Are you younger than me or am I younger than you?
I'm a little bit older than you.
So I'm the youngest.
Yeah.
Blam!
You certainly look it.
And I think I'm the only person that got him a present.
That's true. He got me a pizza. A pizza gift card.
Okay.
Well, and your friend Denny gave you a birthday present.
I went to Denny's this morning for my free breakfast, and I regret it. So it was the worst decision I think I've ever. It ruined my whole day. So yeah. Yeah.
It was okay when you got to choose, like, you know, a moon my hammy or something like that.
Well, you can't choose that anymore.
No,
they only give you
terrible.
breakfast.
Grand Slam?
Yeah, Grand Slam. You have to choose 4 things.
I don't know. You said this before. I don't eat at Denny's.
Sure.
No, you eat at McDonald's by my house. But anyway,
I should've gone to McDonald's.
It's been a long time since our last episode, so we're going to catch up on a lot of big gossip that happened over the last little while. So I'm going to ask Tommy.
Me. Well, I think the biggest thing that happened over the month of July was breakups. We had 2 major breakups. We'll go to the beginning with Tom Cruise and Katie Holmes.
I thought you were going to start with me and my boyfriend. Sorry. Okay.
I mean, I want to ask, did anybody even see this coming?
No. Well, no. But then when it did happen, I wasn't surprised, even though I didn't see it coming, because it was like her 5-year contract was up or something.
Well, that's just it. It's her 5-year beard contract that they kind of have in Hollywood. Yeah. And when she filed for divorce, it all happened like in a day. Everything happened in a day. She had the best team. She fired all of his staff that he hired for her, got rid of her agent, got rid of her PR, hired everybody that she had before. And
she's on the cover of that friggin' magazine right now too.
I feel like everything was all planned out.
She looks so
it
good.
was.
It was
something
all
like that.
It's all part of the contract. And she's starring in a new Broadway play as well. I think she's on that. And I heard that she started this whole thing from like a friend's disposable cell phone, so none of Tom Cruise's like crazy staff could find out and intercept this.
That sounds about right. She's looking good. She's going to get this fabulous role and win an Oscar and revamp herself.
That's what's gonna happen.
I was so disappointed when they first started dating, when she started dressing all in black, and then she became this other person. So it's we'll have the real.
She's back, baby.
Get the baby away from Scientology.
That was one of the biggest things, was that Katie was scared that Tom was going to send her on this Scientology boot camp thing, and we all know how insane that is. So she wanted to get her away from that.
Although they keep going back and saying we respect each other's spirituality and stuff, which I'm sure is a part of the divorce, that she's not allowed to trash him and probably give the real reason, which is...
And they settled like fast. They settled fast. Nobody knows any of the terms about it. So that was the big one. And then the other one that just happened recently was Kristen Stewart cheated on Robert Pattinson. I'm so happy this happened, and I'll tell you why. Kristen Stewart is not pretty. She is not a good actress. She has one face, and the only reason she gets roles is because of Twilight and how she has so many fans, and they're together, so it's like art imitating life and whatever. I don't even know.
Okay, explain to me, why did she get that part in the first place then?
I don't know, but now
because she looks super emo and
there's a million girls who do.
No, that was bad casting. But now that she cheated on Edward, the vampire, everyone is going to hate her. She's going to get egged at movie premieres. They can't walk together. Her stock is going to plummet.
I was just so surprised that somebody else wanted to sleep with her, honestly. I was like, good for her. There's another one out there.
Yeah, well, what do you think is going to happen at the movie premieres?
They're not going to walk together, and they're not going to show up at the same premieres. One's going to go to London, the other one's going to go to Paris. They've moved out of their house. They're not speaking.
He asked her to leave.
Yeah, they're not speaking to each other.
One gets the cat, one gets the dog.
Like, it's actually pretty brutal.
Yeah. Robert asked her to leave their LA home or their California home or something.
Yeah. And the man that she cheated on with was the director of Snow White, Rupert Sanders.
Who basically looks like him 20 years from now.
20
with a
years.
shorter haircut.
Yeah, exacty.
And I heard that Tommy has a big opinion about his wife.
I love his wife. His wife is a big see you next Tuesday, and I'll tell you why. She, in a good way, in like a see you next Tuesday like I am, okay? She, as soon as she found out about the affair, she posted on Instagram a picture
You follow her on Instagram?
a picture of Snow White from Disney drinking and stuff, and the caption was, I guess she's not so pure and innocent.
Oh, I like it.
It's so clever.
So are they staying together?
I don't know. I don't think so.
He's still wearing his wedding ring, apparently.
Yeah.
So.
Rupert Sanders.
Have you seen her? She's gorgeous.
gorgeous, yeah.
She is gorgeous. So
What does she do? Is she an actress?
she used to be a model.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if she is anymore.
Yeah.
She was on a bunch of magazine covers and stuff like that.
Huh. Interesting.
Just that Snow White post, like, oh my God, it's so good. I loved it. It was so funny. And the final thing in gossip, which had me salivating all of July, was the Jackson family drama. Who knows about? Do you know about this? You know?
Yeah,
I know some of it.
Yeah.
So after Michael died, he left everything essentially to his kids, and Catherine Jackson is now their legal guardian. So and she gets, I think it's about $70,000 a month to take care of them, which pays like it's a new house, that is vacation, that is a lot of money. So now the other Jackson children, Michael's brothers and sisters, are furious that they got
18.
all 18 of them are furious that they got cut out of the will. So allegedly, they kidnapped Catherine, and she went missing for 9 days.
Okay, I didn't know any of this.
Yeah, because they wanted her, because if she gets on their side and contests the will, then things might change in their favor. But I'm sure he knew what he was doing with that will. So that's
Well,
it
if
for
we know what
gossip.
to expect for the Jacksons, the story will continue to unfold.
Yeah.
We'll be right back with music. Welcome back. We're going to talk a little bit about music. There's not a lot of new music right now, but I did want to talk about Pink, who's finally back with a new album, and she just came out with her first single, Blow Me One Last Kiss, with a music video as well, which is so good.
All of it's good. All of it's good. The song is good. I was listening to it on the radio today, and I didn't even realize, I heard it like twice, and I was singing along with it already. And then when I watched the music video, and I was reading reviews about it, how contrasted the music video is to the song, obviously, because the song is so classically Pink, and the video isn't.
Yeah.
But the video is so good.
I think I'm just too serious. I think you're full of shit. My head is spinning, so hold me one last. Just like can't get worse. I've had a shit day. You had a shit day. We've had a shit day.
I love Pink. I've always loved
know,
Pink.
me
She
too. I
can do
love
no
her.
wrong. I feel like she saves the day when you watch the MMVAs and when you watch the
Yeah.
Grammys and you watch everyone's awful performances. Then she just, whenever she comes out, she just kind of does a really great number, and she always
Remember
sings
that
live.
glitter in the
yeah,
air number with
the
the-
aerial
oh
number.
my
So
God.
like it's a pretty simple concept. Like
Yeah.
it's not new.
No.
But the way she did it was fantastic, and I've always loved her. She's
agree.
never been to Vancouver, I don't think.
I'm not the hugest fan of this video.
You're not at all.
No, it's like, oh, the white and then red and paintballs, and she's throwing things at everyone, and no guy's good enough, and no girl's good enough, and it's all me, blah, blah, blah. It's her story the whole time, over and over again. I
Oh
feel
yeah,
like
she plays a gimmick, but I think
works.
it works every time. I'm still not sick of it, I don't think, because I don't think she beats us over the head with her image. She's just appears every so often, and she does her thing, and then she disappears again. Like she's not always in her face.
And you know what she's really good at is these breakup songs and these like angry, you know, ballads or
Get a
whatever.
new nose, is all I'm saying.
But it works for her, and everyone
works.
likes
Works
it.
for
Like, you
her,
need
works
a
for
good
Kelly
breakup song.
Clarkson. Kelly Clarkson is like the ultimate breakup queen as well. I don't think she should change anything. I think
Yeah.
she's doing just fine.
And with this video, she worked with Dave Meyer, who has done half of all of her music videos, among other artists' videos. But
Yeah.
I think he did a really great job with it as well, excluding Adam.
Yeah.
I didn't think the guys were that
I
cute
know.
either, so.
I mean, I kind of get where you come. I mean, it's safe.
Yeah.
It's just very Pink. It's very safe. I mean, another safe thing. Another band that released something finally after 11 years. No Doubt.
Yes.
Right.
Oh yeah, right.
Yes.
And what do you think of that?
I don't like the song that much.
I think again, it's safe.
I liked it as well. I mean, I did like how they at least acknowledged their reunion because like they
with
each
the
come from
trucks
different
coming
parts.
in. Yeah, it was really cute.
Look, and before we talk anymore, let's check out this clip so Adam, who probably hasn't seen it, can take a look.
And so he can hate it. Yeah. I think it's very, very classically No Doubt. I completely understand, but saying that Pink is doing safe, this is like hyper safe. Like this is
Yeah,
the
this is
safest
very
of the
No
safe.
Doubt.
And I was expecting something, after 11 years, I was expecting something a little
But
bit
it's
more.
smart for them. It's smart for them to release something that they know their fans are going to like, and
Maybe.
it's kind of guaranteed to be a hit for them,
Yeah.
and then they can muck around.
Evolve.
with
I'm
it.
curious
Yeah.
to see what the rest of the album
And
is going to be.
the Harajuku girls were in it, right?
They were in it. They were in Gwen's.
So they're
Yeah.
compiling everything that they've
Yeah.
done over
for
the
the
years.
last 11 years, and they brought it together.
Yeah,
It's
a
cute.
little
Like all the
summary.
watches.
Yeah, it's cute.
Let's talk about movies for a little bit. The Dark Knight Rises is still #1 in the box office. It's doing exceptionally well, but isn't probably going to get anywhere near where The Dark Knight was. I think everybody was a little bit worried what was going to happen with the numbers after the shooting in Aurora. And it affected it a little bit, but it looks like the ratings are on the way up for it, and all the numbers are going to pan out nicely for such an unfortunate incident.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Who's seen it? Has everyone seen the movie?
No.
You have not seen The Dark Knight Rises.
Only
You have not
because
seen The Dark Knight Rises?
You get all our
Get off
trailer
of this
tickets.
show.
I was super busy, and
It's
then
been out for 2 weeks. There's no excuse. There are 14 days you could have seen it. It's only 3 hours.
says the person who saw the
Only
preview.
3 hours. You probably like went 3 times.
I know it is.
I've only seen it once, actually.
Yeah.
Tell me your favorite things about The Dark Knight Rises, since you're the comic nerd and you can actually speak about it.
Okay, Selena Kyle was the best.
Yes.
Anne Hathaway was. You haven't seen it, so zip your
No,
trap.
no, no.
And-
You said you put her on par. I read your article.
Yeah, Selena. Okay, the Catwoman. She's not Catwoman in this movie. Like I always said, she's Selena Kyle, she was the most accurate portrayal of what you get in the books to screen. But it's on par with the performance of Michelle Pfeiffer as far as the Catwoman performance goes. But they're two totally different things.
Yes.
Another thing, Bane. I
Beep.
hated his voice.
I had people at work constantly doing his voice and come in here. I don't know how it is.
I hated
It's
his
weird.
voice. They took a lot of liberties with his origin because that's not actually who Bane is. But Bane does what Bane is. Can I spoil it for you?
No,
Do you-
no,
don't
no,
spoil
not at
anything.
all.
Well, it's been out for 2 weeks.
I feel like you can.
Still, no.
Congratulations.
No.
No.
Anyways,
Okay.
Bane does what Bane is famous for doing.
Yes.
And then there's a mystery character that I just don't even want to say it.
Okay, let's
Do whatever.
Anyways,
Okay, so-
just go see it. It's good in the box office.
Yeah.
Something else that just came out this weekend was Total Recall. Colin Farrell, Jessica Biel, the other chick.
Kate Beckinsale.
Thank you. Why do I always forget her name? I do get her
She's the
mixed up with
underworld
Rachel
chick,
Weisz quite a bit.
I get her mixed up with Liv Tyler.
What?
I don't know, like.
No.
Anyways, moving on, Patrick.
Total Recall. Yeah. Not
So
big deal for me,
remaking,
no.
they seem to be on this remake of 80s, early 90s movies kicks right now. I don't really care. The first one is such a classic. Hooker with 3 boobs.
Hooker
right?
with 3 boobs. And the hooker with 3 boobs in this movie doesn't even compare because she's wearing something to cover up her nipples and it's not even worth
See,
it.
it's not even going to be the same.
PG-13.
Well, to be fair, we all haven't seen it yet, but I think it looks really good.
I'm not gonna watch it.
I mean,
not
I
gonna
just
watch
feel
it?
like I've seen it.
I'll download it and
Yeah,
do it from the
I'm not
comfort.
going to go to the theater to see it.
No.
Unless I get it for
Unless
free.
I get it for free.
You can go together. Again, it's remaking for remaking's sake. There's no real point to retelling this. The computer graphics are not essential to making this movie better than it was when it came out.
I completely agree. The original is such a classic, and if it's not broke, don't fix it. And something coming out this weekend is
Born Legacy.
The Born Legacy.
That's August 11th? 10th?
10th. August
Okay,
10th. So no Matt Damon. Matt Damon's character isn't even in it. Jeremy Renner plays a character affected by the first few movies, and Matt Damon's character.
Which is kind of smart.
Well, I'd
it's
rather
smart.
not a remake, first of all, and
Yeah.
I'd rather the connection be made.
Yeah.
Exactly, and I think it's going to be really smart because the guy that wrote the previous movies is now directing this movie, and he's been in it for a long time, so I really think he knows what he's doing. I'm stoked for it. I love the Bourne movies. I find them confusing as hell. I probably have to watch them twice and then have somebody explain it, but I think they're really smart movies.
Watching them completely high on pot probably doesn't help for your comprehension.
Oh, you just know me so well, Adam.
Deny.
And I just
Deny.
And hi, Mom. And what was I gonna say? And that's about it.
No, I'm looking forward to it. I loved Franca Potente in the original ones, although she only makes it into 5 minutes of the second.
Yeah.
But she was brilliant in that, so I'm hoping for good female.
And I love Jeremy Renner. I think he's a fantastic actor.
I think he's cute, but
I don't think he's attractive.
I think he was the throwaway character in the Avengers, first of all. Because you didn't like his portrayal of...
They didn't use him properly.
Hawkeye, right?
Yeah, they didn't use him properly at all.
No. He's just angry all the time, is kind of my image of him. Matt Damon at least has a soft side to him.
Well, and having said that, we haven't seen the movie, and maybe The Bourne Legacy is the softer side.
Well,
The softer side of Jason
Like
Bourne.
Bourne Legacy being
Yeah.
a really soft movie.
well, let's just check out a trailer for The Bourne Legacy,
Yes,
and we'll be
let's
right
do that.
back.
Okay.
What's your name?
Kenneth Kitsom.
Where are you from?
Reno.
Will you give yourself to this program?
Yes, sir.
Right hand, please. Oh, that is healed well. Any diminished sensation?
No?
There is nothing that you wouldn't do for this country. You have the strength to do what's necessary.
Welcome to the program.
Jason Bourne was the tip of the iceberg.
Who the hell is he?
He's an outcome agent.
He's Treadstone without the inconsistency. We have never seen evaluations like this.
All right, welcome back. Let's talk about some TV, Adam.
Political animals. That is the new thing that's happening right now. The only complaint, I'll get it out right away, is that it's only 6 episodes.
I know.
Oh, they're gonna extend it. I
think it
know
was a-
they're gonna
I think it's
extend
a
it.
I have no idea what this is. You have to explain this
Okay,
to me.
well, I'll explain it after we watch a clip. Let's start with a clip, and then let's explain it. Some recent episodes.
I didn't want to get your hopes up. A seat on the Supreme Court, I thought you'd jump at it.
Can't you see? He's playing us against each other.
Of course I can. But forget about the politics for a moment and think. Consider what you could accomplish.
Why aren't we talking about what I could accomplish as president?
Okay, so this show is basically Sigourney Weaver as the Secretary of Defense, or
Secretary of
State, who basically this is the retelling of Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton.
Okay.
Almost not parallel, but so dead on, it's perfectly told.
Inspired
because
by
there's
it, yeah.
and there's so many differences that it makes it okay, but it's so exactly what you maybe think is going on behind the scenes. It's so
I love
interesting.
Sigourney Weaver so much.
That show is so good.
I once joined a Facebook group that was entitled "Is Sigourney Weaver the Daughter of God?" Because I love her so much.
I mean, in Avatar, she wasn't exactly
Bring
doing
it back
it
to
for me.
political
Yeah, but
animals.
this movie, okay, this show is great. It's funny and it's interesting, and you see the side of the politics and, of course, the family, which is the main part of this, and then the news reporting behind the
and
scenes.
how that ties in,
And
and
all
how they
interplays.
each use each other to further. That's what's gonna happen.
Don't worry.
Okay, but it's only 6 episodes.
Yes, and we're 3, 4 in right
Yeah,
now,
okay.
so I just
Okay.
can't wait to see where it goes, and I so hope it does get
Okay,
picked
I'm
up.
stoked.
It's
I'll do
gonna.
that
It's.
for
I
sure.
mean, the last episode is named Resignation, so you know what's gonna happen.
How it ends.
How
Yeah.
it ends. That's where it's gonna end.
Okay, it sounds super cool.
So a show that I wanted to be talking about for a while, but none of you guys gave the time of day, was Newsroom.
I didn't not give it the time of day. I just wanted to catch up on all the episodes before I talked about it.
I haven't seen it yet.
Okay, listen.
It's on my list. It is on my list. I
Okay,
gotta
that's
get
fine.
through Weeds first, and then this one is definitely.
fine.
Then we're gonna
Watch
watch
other
some
shows, too.
to get you caught up a little bit, just
Yeah,
to give you an
just
idea of
watch
what's
a little
going on.
clip.
Okay.
Why didn't we just hit him in the head with a shovel?
We've got to talk about what just happened.
I'm trying to.
Not the website. We've got to talk about what happened on the air.
I don't want to talk.
Were you outside your body?
I don't want to talk about it. I want to talk about the
The
website.
website's not the problem right now.
It's my problem right now. We're putting up these comments.
We've heard this before.
But we're still doing
it's a
it.
trade with Reese. The page views offset, the ratings drop.
It is probably the best show on television right now. It is so smartly written. Every character is well written. Every single character. There's not one character that I'm not into. The relationships are great, and I think one of the greatest things about the show is it's campy enough, just campy enough to be funny, but then when it gets serious, it's tear-jerking.
I have cried every single episode.
Absolutely.
No, hands down, for something that's happened.
But not because it's like devastating, just because you're so heavily invested in these characters that when something goes wrong with them, you feel like a family member was ripped away from
And then
you.
here's the thing. Here's what I'm crying about, though. And the episodes are based in the past on actual events that occurred.
Yeah.
Based on the Exxon Valdez oil spill,
Yeah.
or about the shooting of the
senator.
The senator.
Yeah.
Always,
So
everything
every
is-
Every
episode,
episode.
even if it doesn't do it for a very long time, eventually gets to a real event that happened, and it tells it from their story.
Yeah, and the
Their-
date will come up that the event happened
all of a sudden,
typed on the
it's
screen.
like, oh right, this was happening around that time. I can't believe I
Is
didn't
this
realize this.
Is this an hour or a 30-minute?
It's an hour.
Okay.
And it needs the hour because there's so much personal stuff that goes on. They eventually, or maybe they they start with the episode with the issue that's going on, but they tell it from a perspective of a news station that doesn't exist. It's basically, it's not Fox, it's kind of anti-Fox, although they have it with the news anchor being a Republican, although you know he's basically a Jon Stewart, if Jon Stewart was not funny and had like a full show kind of thing.
It's Jeff Daniels.
It's Jeff Daniels who's doing it.
Him
And he's not my favorite as a person, but the character is perfection, and he does it very well.
With the music thing, saying that it's really great, Adam had actually texted me saying, just wait until you see the Coldplay clip at the end that goes on for like 5 minutes. It's clocked.
Oh my god, it's the entire Coldplay song.
I lost that. I like bawled for 5 minutes. I didn't know what was happening with my body. Like something had ruptured in me. It was crazy.
Okay, but Nick pointed out an important thing. There's this campy, there's this funny, there's this back and forth that doesn't seem realistic, but you know probably does happen because these people are in such serious jobs. There has to be some joking.
But it's juxtaposed with the serious issues, and somehow it works, even though it's almost two different genres.
There's a character from The Daily Show who plays this business correspondent who's all about economics, and she's gorgeous, and she's from nowhere. She started on The Daily Show with Jon Stewart, which is not an acting show by any means, and she is beautiful on this show, and she's so well done.
Everybody.
You're suspended with pay until I figure out.
They were lying about a public safety
You're
issue.
suspended with pay
I
until
don't want the goddamn pay!
Don't front off with me, girl!
Don't call me girl, sir.
Hey!
Everybody calm the f down.
And I mean, from TV news to real news, can we go to gay news now?
Absolutely. And I mean, if we're staying on newsroom topics, let's move to a newsroom man.
What are you looking at me for?
I don't know, I thought you might have a crush on him.
Anderson Cooper?
Yeah.
Whatever.
No, you're not into it. Anyways, Anderson
Cooper. No,
Cooper
he's cute. I wouldn't kick her out of bed. But...
for eating crackers?
Yeah.
Came out, finally.
Finally.
What was it? It was done interesting, like to a blogger friend of his. Yeah. And I was reading something, it's like, the new coming out is mid-sentence. It's not the point of the topic of conversation anymore. It's like, oh, by the way, and I am. And his little, oh, I didn't know it was such a big deal. But he finally realized that not coming out is the story, and that makes it a deal.
Yes.
Like,
I can agree
is he hiding something? Is he not proud of it? No. And he made a very nice statement of, that's never been the issue. I'm very proud and very happy about what I am. So, good. And I'm the person who thinks that they all should. And not that news people don't deserve to have personal lives or opinions because they're important.
What are you looking at me for again? Like, well, I'm not even talking.
I think it's time you came out.
Yes,
that's what
this is. Girl. No, I'm glad he's finally done it, and I'm glad that and his ratings haven't suffered, and that's what I've been looking on. I've been going on daily to see. Year to year, most news stations have
suffered. Were his ratings suffering before he came out?
No, but his have actually gotten a little bit better.
Well, exactly my point.
Although there's been a lot of big news topics.
Such a conspiracy theorist.
Well, I'm just saying, every time something.
Can we just happy he came out?
I'm very happy he came out, but you just have to look at all the angles.
Okay.
Well, also 360 angles. There you go.
Also, Frank Ocean came out this month too,
which I think's cool.
Yeah, that's very cool. That's somebody in a genre that doesn't usually announce that they're gay and not suffer any kind of retribution of any kind. But
yeah, he's had a lot of support from a lot of musicians, but I think
Beyonce wrote him a poem, which
I would say, how much of a death sentence would it be though if they didn't? Would they become like popular in the ultra hardcore crowd?
Well, Tommy, you have some updates for RuPaul's Drag Race.
The All-Stars. Oh, I can't wait for Drag Race. I love Drag Race.
When does it start? Do they have a date?
It starts in September. Okay. It is 6 weeks long, I believe.
Short.
Only. It's a shortened.
Why?
I don't know.
Come on, you have all the insider information.
And
why?
They released a teaser video, which was really well done. It was done with black light, and you couldn't tell the faces, so you had to really
pause and play and pause and play.
Me and my roommate and I. I should just call her Mia because I refer to her all the time. Mia and I, we were literally watching a television show. I think we were watching Breaking Bad, and we paused it when the video came out for 2 hours. We're like, is that the person? Oh my God, that looks like her. So this is who I think are on the All-Stars.
Okay.
Nina Flowers from season 1, who's been to Vancouver twice.
Yeah.
Chanel from season 1. Tammy Brown, who was kicked off second week in season 1. But it's like she's really popular.
Okay.
Jujubee from season 2. Raven, who's just in Vancouver for Pride.
Yep.
Raven from season 2. Pandora from season 2. Whoa, I just brain farted, sorry. Then from season 3, Mimi, Manila, Alexis, Yara. And from season 4, Chad, Michaels, and Latrice.
Oh yeah, Chase Royale.
That makes sense.
Yes, and
Is this just from you like pausing?
Yes.
Yes.
So do they get the same prize? As
I have no idea what the prizes are. I'm sure it's going to be done exactly the same way as a regular season. It being 6 weeks only, they're probably going to boot off 2 or 3 at a time. And yeah, I think top 4 will be Nina Flowers, will be Raven, will be Jujubee, and will be Latrice.
Latrice? Okay, that was my call.
Those are my top 4.
I'm sorry, has this already happened and you know everything, or it actually hasn't happened yet?
Have they filmed?
Yeah.
Yes, they filmed.
You know what happened.
No, I don't.
He doesn't know what happened.
He threw one in there as a...
I don't know what happens. I have no idea what happens.
You're sleeping with one of them.
No,
I know.
yeah, right.
Well, we're all very excited about RuPaul's Drag Race, and I'm sure you are too. Hope you're having a great summer, great Pride season, and be sure to give us your thoughts at #Homorazzi on Twitter. We'll see you guys next time. Tommy's going to celebrate his birthday now?
No, he did that last night.
Oh,
yeah. He came in looking like Courtney.
I woke up with a mystery man in my bed.
Did you?